Welcome back to Mid-East in Depth, where we will take a look at the challenges ahead for the Iraqi army. In Lebanon's Daily Star, David Ignatius comments that Iraq over the last decade was sabotaged by sectarian violence and corruption. But he asks, how is Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi, the US-backed successor to Maliki, doing on the key issues of cleaner, less sectarian government? Ignatius lists the main concerns. Corruption. Iraq cannot succeed militarily or economically without a curb on the massive corruption of the Maliki era. The newly appointed central bank governor is Ali al-Alaq, who previously headed Maliki's Council of Ministers and in that role oversaw government contracting. That's discouraging news. He continues, sectarianism. Maliki used the government to punish Iraq's Sunni minority, pushing them toward the extremists. Now for the post of Interior Minister al-Abadi has chosen Mohammed al-Salem Garban, an official of the Badr Corps, which many Sunnis view as a Shiite death squad. Military training. Iraq's US-trained military collapsed when ISIS swept Mosul in June. The US spent over $20 billion training Iraqi security forces from 2005 to 2011. Pentagon planners need to ask, what will be different this time? Kurdish outreach. To win Kurdish support, Abadi must carry out a promise in the Iraqi constitution to provide Kurdistan with 17% of the national budget. Since January, the Kurds haven't received any of the promised budget allocation. Regional outreach. To rebuild trust with Sunnis, Abadi must work with neighbouring Arab Gulf states, not just Iran. Abadi has to travel to Riyadh and other Gulf capitals, and the Saudis and others have to reciprocate. So far, neither has happened. Ignatius concludes that Obama's strategy makes sense in principle, but it won't work without progress against sectarianism and corruption. Shuka Kilkal comments in Al Monitor that since its establishment, the Iraqi army has been directed inward, playing a domestic role rather than protecting the country from foreign forces. He writes, the reality of the Iraqi army since its inception is that it has never won a battle against another armed force. In fact, it has exhibited power only when cracking down on popular protests. He continues, the Iraqi army has suffered over the years from two major flaws. It was not designed to defend the country, but rather the governing authorities, and it has always been plagued by sectarianism. He adds, under Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki, the army became a Shiite institution par excellence, as Maliki perceived events in Iraq as a continuation of the conflict between Shiites and Sunnis that began 1,000 years ago. He concludes, today's Iraqi army is known for its lack of discipline. Its reformation now necessitates addressing its flaws to build a true national army with the goal of defending the homeland and not just the authorities. For more updates, please visit levant.tv and subscribe to Mid-East in Depth on iTunes. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.